Prone positioning at modum Wellendorf. This procedure is dependent on a set of prone positioning cushions, 3 easy glide aids, a long positioning wedge, and a hoist that can be attached to the large turning aid that the patient is lying on. The manoeuvre is conducted while the patient is lying on the large turning aid and is undressed to avoid pressure marks from the clothes. We will now demonstrate turning the patient over to the prone position. The patient is always turned towards the ventilator. Begin by moving the patient out towards the edge of the bed. Tuck the turning aid under the mattress and place the small easy glide aids under the pressure areas, shoulders, hips and heels. An extra pair of hands are needed to hold the large turning aid in place even though it is tucked under the mattress.
Så løsner vi her på vendelagenet. Slår sengehesten op som barriere. Vi trækker patienten ud til kanten. Er I klar? Vi flytter nu.
The patient is moved to the edge of the mattress so the whole width of the bed is available for the next step. Tuck in the turning aid again and move the patient to the opposite side with the help of the small easy glide aids. Again, we need those extra hands to hold the turning aid in place under the mattress. The patient is moved gradually, shoulder, hips and heels. Repeat until the patient is resting out at the edge of the turning aid. Remove the easy slide aids and attach the hoist to the turning aid. Place the long positioning wedge close to the patient and push it down under the shoulders and hips. Place the head positioning cushion with the opening down towards the throat. The ventilator tubing is placed in the opening that will end up facing the ventilator. Note that this is the opposite side as long as the patient is lying on their back. Catheter, drain tubing and cables are placed along the patient's axis. Electrodes on the chest are removed and ready to be placed on the back immediately after the patient is turned over. Lift the patient up onto the positioning wedge with the turning aid and hoist. The wedge is used to ensure that the patient is placed in the same level as the positioning cushions. The positioning cushions are placed in the bed. The patient's belly should be clear. It is important that the cushion at the shoulder gives enough space for the head positioning cushion. Place the small easy glide aids to ensure that small adjustments can be made later. Raise the hoist a small amount so the patient tilts over into the prone position. Now connect the electrodes and check the position of catheter and cables. Remove the wedge. Adjusting the cushions is done from both sides as one person has to hold against on the opposite side.
Jeg flytter din arm derop. Robert, er du med der, og I holder igen? Ja. Godt. Vi flytter nu. Vi skal have en runde mere. Vi flytter nu.
Adjustment is vital to ensure that there are no tensions in the body and the patient is lying in as natural position as possible. The patient's arms are placed adjacent to the head and checks are made for any tension in the body. Check also for signs of any pressure around the eyes, breasts and genitals. Ensure the patient remains in the same position when the easy glide aids are removed. Check the tube and ventilator tubing. Back again. When the patient is to be turned over again, the process happens in one smooth action. Arms down by sides, rail guards in place, hoist attached to the turning aid, the lower arm is secured under the patient at the pelvis. The turning procedure starts when the doctor says ready.